Oh no, I can't send my money out of my wallet. What's going on here? Hello and welcome to another Solana tutorial. Today we're gonna talk about, well, one of those things where it still keeps happening and people text me, hey, I can't transfer my Sol out of my wallet. Something is broken. How do I fix it? And most of the times I'm like, well, looks like you messed up and that money is just lost. And so that doesn't happen to you, we're gonna have a look at that today and we're gonna analyze why it happens, how it happens, like what's the technical background behind it. And we're gonna analyze a little bit like how we can prevent that and how an attacker could potentially exploit that as well. Although maybe I don't wanna make it too easy for attackers again, since bull market and they're all over. But yeah, I mean, one of the reasons why that keeps happening, I think, is attackers exploiting that. And sometimes it's just devs making mistakes. So to fix the latter, we make this video because education is the thing that helps prevent that. And yeah, just really understanding the Solana programming model and how stuff works on Solana is important for us to not lose our funds. So yeah, let's look into that today. So how do we start this? I guess I want to start by just showcasing how it gets to the point of us not being able to transfer anything out of our wallet, and then we'll further analyze some more stuff. So really this is a video about Solana architecture, specifically the accounts model, but a very specific small little aspect of it, which is authorities and owners and the system program. I keep talking about those things, but it's just important to understand because yeah, Solana just is set up that way that it works like that, which is not ideal in many ways, but it is as it is, so we gotta work with it. And maybe that's also for wallets, they might potentially have something to improve on, but mainly it's a developer educational video. So let's get started. How do we get ourselves in the situation where we can't transfer out our own funds even though we have access to the wallet? What is going on here? Let's have a look. Alright, so we still have some Sol from last time to play around with. And the first thing that we're gonna do is create ourselves a wallet as we're used to with Solana keygen. And I like to grind. And it starts with, I don't know, I have a better idea. Brick. That's a bit long. So whenever I would search for something that long, I usually leave out one character and then hope that I get it as the last one. Well, look at that. I mean, almost, right? I mean, it couldn't have been much better. So we have our private key here, and I can import that to Phantom. Import a private key. Phantom, luckily, doesn't show that like other wallets. Looking at you, Solflare. Brick. Since I don't want to brick stuff on mainnet, I'm gonna go to DevNet. We'll get this warning, but that's fine for now. And just to demonstrate that this is my wallet, I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna be like, Solana transfer to this wallet, I don't know, 1 Sol, YOLO, let's go. Oh yeah, I also need to fund it, of course, because CLI annoying. And there we go. We should now have 1 Sol here in our wallet. Voila. Well, this is not very accurate, but this is, and I can totally send that 1 Sol or a little bit less because fees to Andy.monkey, except that doesn't exist on DevNet. Fine. Back to where it came from. Just to demonstrate, yes, I can send Sol in my wallet, right? I have access to this wallet. I can use it. And Phantom still doesn't send everything because Phantom be stupid. But let's try here. Solflare does allow me to do that though. That's one reason why I like Solflare. Transaction complete. So also in Solflare, I can send all of my funds. And now I should be back to 0. Nice. Just moving some funds around. I have access to that wallet. That's just what I wanted to demonstrate here. Cool. But then people might do stupid things. Like, I don't know, create a token. And then, even worse, create a token account. But not with just the ATA. No. We can provide the key pair. So we can be like, well, yeah, create it here. Sure. So we're creating this token account now. And that works because we have the key pair to do it. We can sign for this account. System program will get the create account instruction, and system program sees that this guy is a signer, so system program will create account for us. And then we'll have that account. Now check your wallet. Now we're back to those 0.00204. Haven't we seen that before? Right, so 20 cents in our bricked wallet. And 20 cents, nobody cares about that. But like, say, because this is my wallet and I copy this, I can accidentally transfer, say, 100 sol. Oops! I did it. And this is the odd thing here. Here the CLI doesn't check, hey, is that account funded or not? Well, actually, it does check if it's funded. And it is funded because the account exists. But guess what? It's not a system program account anymore. And here I don't even need to, like here there are no flags that I need to put that I shouldn't do this. And that quickly I sent 100 sol to that address, which is perfectly fine because good thing is we totally own that address, right? We have it here in Phantom and here in Sulfur as well, those 9K, right? I mean, we still have that money. We see it in our wallet, right? It's there. Just that the problem comes in when we try to send that out. I don't know, send it to Andy again. Send it to the same guy. Even if I just want to send 1 sol, right? I send it, and then it just tells me unable to send. And then people come to my Discord and they're like, why is it not working? And I'm like, well, seems like you bricked your wallet. Also here can try send a sol to Andy or whoever. It won't work. Failed to send transaction. This account may not be used to pay transaction fees. So that error is already a bit more verbose, which is nice, but it still doesn't tell us much. Right? So if we want to send, here we also just get transaction failed. But why do our transactions fail? Why does it keep failing? Take screenshot. Go to Solandy Discord. Why does that keep happening? Question mark, question mark, question mark. And then some of the mods need to go there and be like, well, what's your address? And then I'm like, and I check it out. Okay, what did this guy do again? Oh, it's a token account. But what can I do? See, this is exactly why this channel is called Andy's Shitpost Chat. By the way, we have 1.6k members. Alright, this is how I spend my days. Anyhow, so point is, this is a token account now. And that means the owner, oh man, I don't like this word here because that's just the authority. Remember that video that I made about owner versus authority? This is exactly what that comes down to. Can I look at this raw? Those explorers are too nice. Oh, actually, let's just use CLI then. Solana account. There we go. So that's the kind of owner that I'm actually interested in. The owner field of the account. And that's the token program. Token Keg owns this account. What does that mean though? That means that only Token Keg can write to that account now. Which also means that the system program cannot write to that account anymore. Plus, we can also not use it to pay transaction fees. Because for us to be able to pay transaction fees, apparently it needs to be owned by the system program. Or actually, it needs to be not owned, kinda. Because the system program is also like, it can't be no owner, because if it's 0, the owner field, then it's also the system program, because that's kind of like by choice. But like, basically, it must be owned by the system program such that we can pay transaction fees with it. And that's exactly where that problem comes in. But even if we have a different fee payer, we can also not send stuff. So I can also not here transfer to this guy 1 sol from my bricked wallet, because this account may not be used to pay transaction fees. But even if I set the fee payer to my other wallet, even then we get a transaction simulation failed because that instruction, the system program transfer, fails because invalid program argument. Well, okay, Can I see the log messages? That's not very verbose, is it? I would like to see the log messages and I don't see them. Let's read the script, lol. Not like that's gonna be difficult. DevNet, ne? System program transfer from the brick. I want to send to, it doesn't matter, the new key pair amount is 1 sol. Boom. Okay, cool. Let's just do it the old way because I'm old. To get the same thing, we set the fee payer to the payer. So let's see if we can simulate that or if you need a block hash. There we go. And here is why the system program tells me it's an invalid program argument. The sender must not carry data. As soon as we have data on that account, the system program doesn't allow us to transfer stuff anymore. And we have data because the token program wrote some data on there or even we just allocated data. We didn't even have to write stuff there, but we have more than 0 bytes. And therefore system program says, this is not a wallet anymore that I allow transfers to and from. So that's the real reason why even with a different fee payer, we can't transfer out of this wallet. AKA, we bricked our wallet. Except in this very case, not quite, because there's still something that we can do. Students, what can we do? Retry. Send. Doesn't work. Fortunately for us, we only bricked it temporarily because we can unbrick it. And yes, you got that. We can close token accounts. So let's do that. That's our address. For now, we just have 61 sol. But there must be a close a token account. I mean, that's fairly straightforward, which needs the token mint address and then the token account address I can specify here. Default is the ATA. Okay. So do I remember my token mint? Just list my accounts, which we say here is an auxiliary account. It's not the ATA. Oh, and we have Tony still. So SBL token close this guy, and we can specify the, damn, I already forgot how it was. Address, that was it. Address, and that's now the B something something. I didn't provide the right things. So token mint address cannot be used with. Okay, well, how about then I don't provide that? And this is now me signing, by the way. This is the Andy wallet signing because I'm the authority in the token program for that token account. I do not need that key pair, aka this wallet, to do this. And what just happened here? What did we do? We closed this account and removed all of the Lamperts to our account such that we now have our 100 sol back. And we can also prove that here we have 161 sol again. So essentially, without having access to that wallet, we stole all their funds, or at least all the sol. We can't take other token accounts from here, but the sol we can steal. Which means this account is now unbricked because it belongs to the system program again, which means we can now use it as a normal account again. So we can, if we have some money on that account, I'll send you a sol. Yeah, because here it's definitely important that I need this. So stupid. But anyway, I have 1 sol now and I can send that around as I would. I don't know, I can send sol around and it works. Sweet, eh? We unbricked our account. And also, if we had tokens, transfer a Tony to the brick. Oh, right. Sorry. This is another token program. No, never mind. Let's create a new one. I want a demo token. Demo. Create token, this time with a vanity address, a demo token, and create account. And then I just SBL transfer this token, I don't know, 2 of them, to my now non-bricked. And voila, we have 2 tokens in our wallet. Boom, show up. Show them, show them, show them. We're Solana, not Ethereum. We're not on Ethereum where I need to manually add them. You can do that yourself. Thank you. So we have 2 of the demo tokens, and also those we can send around like hot potatoes. Look, I can send them. Now, so far so good. We managed to brick and unbrick our wallet, but there's a way to brick the wallet to never be able to unbrick it ever again, and that would be by creating a token mint. And that's way too simple as well. Except as long as we have Sol there, it shouldn't work. So create token with the vanity address of our brick wallet should not work. There we go, 0x0. That account already exists because we have Lamperts there. So system program is like, oh, there is some Sol there, so that account is already being used. I don't allow the create account. But what if I wouldn't have Sol there? What if I was just about to get started and all my Sol was somewhere else? Let's just say I would have sent the maximum of tokens to some other address again, and I'm back to 0 Sol. Then suddenly this is gonna work. And now it's bricked forever. Why? Well, because we can't close mints. The old token program does not allow closing mint accounts, so that account will live forever. The owner of that account will now forever be the token program, and thus I will never ever be able to send transactions from this account ever again. See, this is the amount for a token mint, rent exemption. And if I now had more on there, like if I now accidentally sent my 100 Sol, or even just 1 Sol, let's not waste too much Sol here, that works without no freaking flag for a warning. You check that there's no Lamperts there, but you don't check that the owner is the system program. Damn it. That's one improvement suggestion that I have for the Solana CLI. Either be nice to me and don't freaking show those freaking warnings at all, but going from requiring those flags to not requiring them is kind of a change that some people might still have in their head that, oh, it would ask me anyway if that's the case. So I would just add another one of these. If you want to transfer to an account that is not owned by the system program, it should require a flag. Yeah, I'm okay with sending to some other address that is not owned by the system program. Like this. Except you don't need that. Why not, Solana CLI? Why not? I want it exactly that way. No, of course not. But choose something concise. Anyhow, we sent 1 Sol to that bricked wallet, and we ain't getting that back because, again, if I want to send even a little bit to anywhere, it will tell me that it's unable to send because obviously we can neither fee pay nor write to that account anymore. Only the token program can write to that account. The system program won't. System program, even if it wouldn't see any other issues like it has data on there, doesn't allow me to use stuff. And it doesn't help me that I have the private key for this. I can show you the private key. There. Have the private key to my bricked wallet. I can't use it anymore anyway. I mean, on mainnet I can still use it, but you know. That's complete, like, we have the key, but we can't do anything with it. It's useless. Because we can sign, but that doesn't help us. It just doesn't help us anymore. And I want you to understand that difference. Even though you have the private key, a signature on Solana basically just means that the owning program can make choices based on provided signatures. But if the account is owned by a different program, then the key alone, like being able to produce signatures, doesn't help you anything because you're not owning that account anymore. Can I find a nice metaphor for that? Like, can I find a nice comparison from the real world? I mean, it might not be the best example, but let's say you own a flat and you have the key to your flat. So you can unlock your flat and get in your flat. But then you sell your flat to some other guy, right? So it's now owned by a different guy. Let's call him Pro Gremlin. And he's just so positive. He's pro everything. He's pro Gremlin. All I'm trying to say in this comparison, this is the program that now owns this flat account. The flat is the account, you get it? So basically, you still have the flat keys, but then you go to the flat and you open the door and then Programlin looks at you and is like, you can still not get in here. I mean, it's great that you have the key, but don't you dare step a foot in here, I'll shoot you, or something like that. And if you accidentally left all your things in the flat, or even worse, put the things in your flat at some point because you thought you can get back in there at any point anyway, you now lost your things. And all your belongings that are still in the flat now belong to that guy because he won't let you in to get them. And that's very similar to what's happening here. Our account that we bricked is now owned by the token program. And the token program won't allow us to send Sol around or even other tokens, right? Because I still have this token. Or actually, let's see. Actually, I would be interested if I can send that token around. Because kinda yes and kinda no. We'll see. But did that example with the flat make sense to you? I mean, we have the private key, but it's useless. Because the private key is just used for creating signatures, and the signatures are just required for the system program to be able to transfer. Or no, not be able to, but the system program logic just allows the transfer when we sign. But since the system program doesn't even own the account anymore, the system program can't do anything. And it's like, yeah, I would like to get your stuff out of your flat, but I don't own that flat anymore. Can't do anything. You sold that flat. We're basically lost. Anyway, so let's see if we can send tokens. Like this, we probably won't be able to. Send them back home to Andy. And of course, this ain't gonna work because of course, we still can't fee pay with this wallet because it's not owned by the system program anymore. Here we will then get the account may not be used to pay transaction fees. Again, a bit more verbose. So great, okay, but what if we had a different fee payer? What if we transfer from the brick to Andy and the fee payer is also Andy? I can't provide the difference. So the way we need to do is, that's a bit annoying with the SBL token because it always uses the default signer. So we say Solana config set, the default signer is now our brick. Oops, I need to say key pair. And then I can do that with the fee payer of Andy. And oh wow, look at that, we can do that. Because we can still sign with that guy. So we can have it as a signer because we still have the private key for it. And basically all we're doing here is signing for the token program. So, you know, we still have that key. And now this example is getting a bit weird because basically that's a different flat now that has the same key, but we didn't sell that one. It's a different room in the same flat that we sub-rent or something. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense anymore now. But point is, we can still provide signatures, and in this case, the token program checks the signature because the token program makes sure that the source account, the owner of the source account, is providing a signature before allowing a transfer out of this token account. Because the token account was always owned by the token program. That's just the ATA of this account, right? That's just an ATA of our brick. But that account has always been with the token program. And the thing is, we don't need the key for that account, but we need the key for that account to be able to get stuff out of this account. And this is the same thing as before when we had our brick be our token account. We needed the signature from the other wallet, the Andy wallet, to sign that we can close this token account. We didn't need the signature from the brick itself. That's just how the authorities of the token accounts work. You have an authority wallet that needs to sign in order for the token program to change that account. And yeah, so like this, we can send the token because we can sign for this. Are you following? Does it make any sense? Or did you already sell your flat and lock yourself out? So we can still send those tokens around because we still have the private key for it. But the wallet itself is bricked and the Sol is basically lost because that account now belongs to the token program. And I've seen so many people, like, it's ridiculous how many people have that issue, right? Where they can't send from their wallet because for some reason, some other program suddenly owns that wallet. And sometimes it's just a developer error because they accidentally made it a token account or something. I mean, more often it's a token mint that for some reason people send funds to and then can't recover because people just enjoy having their vanity addresses, which I can totally understand, right? I want my token to start with certain letters, but then after you created that token, drop that key pair, delete it, just throw it away. Don't put it in Phantom such that you're not tempted to accidentally send funds there. And here is my recommendation for wallets. Maybe once an account has been bricked like that, don't allow people to copy the address anymore. Say like, this account is not a wallet account anymore. Something like that. I want some kind of warning, because otherwise, because the wallet seems fine, right? There's nothing, except that I'm on Definite now, but nothing seems wrong with that wallet. But a lot of things are wrong with that wallet. Mainly, it's not a wallet anymore, like it's not owned by the system program. It's already owned by some other program. And that could potentially mean that all the SOL you sent there is permanently lost. That's just how Solana works. You're welcome. And that's just architecture. That's just something that you need to know. And also, user-facing programs should potentially warn people to not accidentally do stupid things. That's also why I'm making that video, to warn you to not do stupid things and send SOL to a wallet that is already bricked because it belongs to a different freaking program. Yeah, because the SOL is permanently lost. Which brings us to the last part of this video, attackers exploiting you like that. Because I'm assuming that at least for some people, they just got drained. Like it was just one way how they got scammed into signing a transaction that basically transfers the ownership of their system program account that they have the private key for to some other program. Potentially even just the token program by making it a token account, but that is then owned by a different wallet. So that different wallet can then drain all the SOL. They can't drain everything because they can still not sign with that account, but they still in a way control at least the Lampert's field. So let's have a look how easy it is to brick wallets. I mean, we saw how easy it is, but let's see how good the UI wallets protect against this. But for that we need to build another website or something. So let's go with our classic create Solana dApp in version 2 point something. So that's the new version now with a mono repo. There we go. Let's go to the bricker to get started. We can airdrop, send, receive. Send, destination, send one SOL. Well, that ain't working. I wonder why. Anyway, I just want some button somewhere that does something evil. As a first attempt, just to see if we can send transactions. Okay, got it. Now, I have a brick. Brick? Let's brick this wallet and we send it to this guy. Brick it. I mean, we see no changes because we can't send from here anyway. I need a new wallet. What's newer than a brick? Clay. Might become a brick. Coolio. Request airdrop. Hey, nice. We got an airdrop. And we can now go to our account. We have one SOL. Perfect. And we're gonna brick this, send to this wallet. Basically, for now, I'm just sending some SOL there just to see that my front end is working. Yeah, I can send transactions. Wonderful. So let's change what we do here and not just do a system program transfer, but do something else with a system program. Luckily, we have other options. The create account, that won't work because obviously then we just get a 0x0 account already exists or account already in use or whatever it was called. But what we can do is assign. And assign just needs the pub key, which is our pub key. And then to which program we assign it to. So which program do we assign it to? How about the token program? Why not? And here we could assign it to a malicious program, to our program or whatever. Let's see what that does. Brick it. Oh, this transaction is trying to change the owner of your account. This allows the new owner to transfer your tokens without your permission. Does it? Does it? No. It allows the new owner to transfer your SOL, your coins, but not really your tokens. Let's be honest here. I can still not transfer any tokens the way Solana tokens work. So this warning is a bit inaccurate, but better an inaccurate warning than no warning at all. Right, Phantom? Yeah. I could, of course, ignore this warning, and I get the same warning again here once more in red. Estimated changes. The program owner changes. So actually, Phantom does a good job in warning us that we shouldn't do this. Okay, good. So I would probably not sign this. Probably. Alright. Solflare is a bit more chill with the warning. It just says, well, you lose all of your SOL, which is exactly what happens. It's like, yeah, I mean, you just, bricking your account. I mean, losing all the SOL you have in there and all the potential SOL that the wallet will ever receive. Potentially, you also lose that it doesn't say, but therefore it's not an inaccurate warning. But yeah, that's also, I mean, yeah, it sounds like I'll just, lose all my SOL. I mean, seems fair. I'm not gonna do that. Brick it. Oh, look at that. The Solana program reverted with the following error. Attempt to debit an account but found no record of a prior credit. Ah, so you're saying that won't work. Oh, you are simulating this on mainnet, aren't you? You are definitely simulating this on mainnet and not on DevNet. Which makes it even worse because then I can't even deny it. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. There we go. Did we break our account? Yes, we did. Everything still seems fine until we get to the point where we want to send our hard-earned SOL to some other guy. And boom, what? Shit, that worked. Okay, revert, transfer it back. Oh yeah, sorry, we can't transfer it back because that account is bricked. Damn it. Transfer from the other account. Back to one SOL. So basically, if we properly brick this, oh, and it's also, this transaction won't go through because it has a wrong block hash, of course, because backpack is just working on freaking mainnet. Yeah, block hash not found. Hehe. That's what I said. Yeah, so freaking backpack won't work. Fine. Let's brick it with Solflare. Brick it! Unknown balance changes. Well, that's not very convincing. Anyway, I'll just sign it. Did it go through? Yep. I mean, so like from the outside, it doesn't look like a bad transaction, right? I mean, we basically just paid the transaction fee because transaction fee with priority, and then nothing super, like, this seems pretty whatever, right? But the problem is here where we assign that account to a different freaking program, namely the token program, and suddenly that account is also bricked forever. If we now attempt to send anything to anywhere, we are unable to. And here is the thing why an attacker might want to do that. I mean, right now we just bricked your account. But let's assume that instead of the token program, they assigned it to their program. Then their program can modify the lamperts because the lamperts are part of their account, and the owning program can write to that account, which means that the owning program can change the lamperts field, which means that it can just remove all of the lamperts and put it on some different account, like the attacker's wallet. So that's why this is a problem. I mean, the attacker just steals the SOL and not all the tokens, but still they can't just steal all the SOL. So it's nice that the wallets actually display warnings, which is cool. And a more easy strategy for an attacker is actually to create a token account with that wallet. The create account is essentially just an assign plus put lamperts there. But if we have lamperts there and we just assign, then we can skip this step. So what we need to do is initialize immutable owner and then initialize account. Initialize account 3 probably. Which mint do we assign it to? It doesn't really matter. But the interesting part is the owner. If I set the owner the attacker, then the attacker can now sign with the token program to get those funds. So if we were to do those instructions maliciously, and we've already done that, I don't need to do that again for that specific account now. If we now go to our bricker and brick that wallet. Oh wait, I can't even sign with this one anymore. Or I can't fee pay with this one. I would need to have another fee payer. So let's just use another account. New wallet. Guess I'm rate limited again, but I can go to faucetsolana.com. Then I should have some Sol. Okay, let's brick this one. Make it a token account. Brick it. The attacker. Interesting. Probably something is not working because it says no changes. Unexpected error. Yeah, wonderful. That's exactly how I want this. Just unexpected errors. What does the simulation say? What do we have? The system program, success. Token CAG, initialize immutable owner, invalid account data. Invalid account data. Yeah, because the data size is 0. Like we have 0 bytes, that's true. But isn't there a reallocate? I think allocate does assign. So we don't need this guy anymore. Let's see if that would work. Brick it. Yes, we're getting further at least. We get to the initialize account 3. And then instruction modify data of an account it doesn't own. Damn it. So maybe I do need the assign. Brick it. Allocate gives me the already in use. So allocate I can't do like this. Oh, but that gives me full on success. So this is how we need to do this. Damn it, am I just helping out attackers again? First allocate, then assign, and then do the rest. Ha! But there we get the wonderful message from Phantom. This transaction is trying to change the owner of your account. This allows the new owner to transfer your tokens without your permissions. It's just a Sol, but still, you shouldn't, like, if you see that, don't sign, damn it. Don't ignore the warning and confirm this transaction. Transaction sent. We're just learning how to brick stuff. Because, once again, I now have the private key for this, but I can't send the Sol out anymore. Because I am not the owner anymore. The system program is not the owner anymore. I was never the owner, but the system program was, and it's not anymore. But see, here's the thing. Here is what happens now. This DTAP account, right, that we have here, suddenly became this account here. Hold on, wait. Let me be a bit more verbose. Boom. This DTAP, which is an auxiliary, so non-ATA account for this token, it's now a token account. And I mean, it doesn't say much here because it has 0 tokens, but what it has is 2.5 Sol. So we could clean up our auxiliary accounts with SBL token garbage collect. And what that does is it closes those auxiliary accounts, essentially giving us the 2.5 Sol from that guy, which now doesn't have them in his wallet anymore. So I was able to drain them, even though they still had the private key, but, well, they lost the ownership of the account. That's why ownership is so goddamn important. Even if you keep the keys to your flat, don't freaking sell it. Otherwise, they steal all your Sol. They can't steal your tokens, but they can steal your Sol. So, yeah. Just be aware of that. And yes, I recorded for 3 hours just so you can learn about Solana architecture. I mean, the wallets give you a nice warning, right? If that happens. But then also, you need to be careful when, you know, creating token accounts or other accounts of any kind. If you sign with a key pair to create the account for some other program, that might mean that you might never get the Sol back if that other program doesn't allow it. So be careful here. I can drain that guy anytime I want, and he can't do anything about it because he doesn't own that account. I do. Well, the token program does, and I have authority over it, such that I can close them. Look, we end with more Sol than we started with, because we drained them, damn it. Okay, and I hope this is enough for a conclusion. Be careful out there. Hehe. This account doesn't exist anymore. But the thing is, if I now request an airdrop and I get 1 Sol again, now my wallet suddenly works because I have control over it again, because I own it. No. The system program owns it. Now the system program owns this one again, the DTAP. And I can happily send the Sol around to a bricked wallet, for instance. Bye bye. Yeah, does that make sense? Maybe that part, if that's not understandable, if I remove all of the Lamperts from an account, like what happened just here, I removed all of the Sol, aka Lamperts, from that account and it ends up with 0. That means that the account gets deleted. When an account gets deleted, all of the state, aka data, also gets zeroed out, also gets removed. It's just not there anymore. And as soon as I send Sol there again, then the data gets initialized again with zeros. Which program is all zeros? Well, the system program, which means that the system program owns that account again, which means that I can operate it normally as a regular wallet. Voila, Solana accounts model. Isn't it strange? But yeah, I want you to know those things such that you don't go to my Discord server. What? Huh? Okay, lol. And have to post shit like that. I mean, that guy is just spamming my Discord server. Okay, good. So, I hope that you learned something in this video. And I hope that you don't brick your wallets anymore and you don't let other people brick your wallet. Because of the architecture of Solana, it is too easy. I admit it's too easy to brick a wallet like that. Because a normal wallet is just a system program account. And a system program account is also what we use for all other kinds of accounts. There is no specific other kind of account that makes it a wallet account unless we're talking about multi-sigs. Then that's exactly what it is. Then it's an account that is owned by a program, and then that stuff can't happen to you because the system program will not assign the account to someone else because it cannot, because it is already assigned to a different program. And maybe architecturally we should have done it like that there is a program and then you assign it to that program that it's a normal wallet account, which basically can do the same thing as the system program, just do transfers of Sol, which, you know, decreases the likelihood of the account being accidentally assigned to someone else. But then on the other hand, I mean, functionality wise, it's the same. You just got to be careful, and it would introduce another program and, you know, whatever. So architecturally, we just stayed with the system program. Yeah, it's just the architecture. I mean, we could have decided to do it differently, but we didn't. We decided that regular wallets are just also owned by the system program, which, you know, opens us up to the vulnerabilities of, well, the system program just treating it as like another account, not a wallet account, but a program account that is just being created. But yeah, solution to that, multi-sigs or your own custom program. But then wallets don't support that. So it is as it is right now. We just started doing it like that, so we continue doing it like that. But the important thing is that you know about it. That you know that a normal wallet account is just owned by the system program, and that you don't want to lose that ownership of the system program, because that would mean that basically you lose all your Sol that you have now and that you might get in the future. I just hope these kinds of videos are helpful and keep people from accidentally bricking their wallet, because it's just so sad to see, because I have to be the one telling them, I'm sorry, but your funds are gone, because that's now a token mint account and the token program doesn't support closing those. So basically that Sol is lost. And for some people, they send quite a lot of money to token mint accounts, which also has other reasons. With token mints, it's often that they copy stuff wrong because you accidentally copy the mint address, because a mint address is just something that you copy a lot. So also there, I think that wallets should implement warnings. Like if, for instance, I were about to send, I don't know, a Sol to, copy this, to a token mint next, here I'm kind of missing a warning, right? Because Phantom should know at this point, these funds will never be recoverable if I send them to a token mint account. But it just lets me do that. And it happens too often that people do that accidentally. And then it's just lost. If you send it to the token account, then it's fine. You can close that token account if it belongs to you. But whoever copies a token account address, nobody. Token mint account addresses, they copy. So that there should definitely be a warning, Phantom. also Solflare. If I send the Sol... Oh, look! Like Solflare does it. Incorrect Solana address. Selected recipient is a token account that doesn't match the selected token. Not a regular wallet address. Is a token account, well, I mean, it's not correct. It's actually a token mint, but at least it tells me incorrect address. Well, thank you. Phantom, also do that, please. And basically, I want it for any kind of account. Any account that is not owned by the system program, I want that warning. And also with a CLI, if I transfer to an account that is not owned by the system program, I want to have to put a flag that I'm okay with that, because that can happen accidentally. I mean, sometimes you want to manually send funds to an account that is owned by a program because, well, it's a vault of a program or whatever. So actually, yes, it makes sense. But how is that less critical than sending it to an address that doesn't have funds? I don't get it. I mean, yeah, I'm okay with doing that because, you know, you got to be careful yourself. But why, when I send it to a random new address, do I need to say allow unfunded recipient? That's just either we are being super picky or we're not. But anyway, those are just my 2 cents, and you can do whatever you want, and it's not actually that important. What's important is that the users know what they're doing, and if you accidentally have the wrong address, well, then that's on you. That's why you should send a little bit first and then see if it arrived. And not just if it arrived, but also if you can then actually, you know, send it somewhere. Or if that doesn't work because the system program is actually not the owner anymore. Yeah. Okay, good. But as I was saying, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for learning about Solana and making this space safer. I just don't like seeing people brick their wallets or have their wallets bricked. Be careful out there. Watch those other videos, like this one. Subscribe if you haven't already. And then take care of your wallets, man. Woman, person, robot, whoever you are. Don't assign it to another program. You lose all your soul. Yeah, I mean, it took me an hour to make that point, but I want you to learn, not just to follow rules. Do as I say and understand why I say it. Okay, bye. Na tschüss dann. Ja, tschüss dann. Ja, tschüss dann. Ja, dann. Ja, dann. Ja, mach's gut, du. Ja, du auch. Ja, tschüss. Ja, tschüss. Na tschüss.